All right. Oh, just that slightly so there's no table in the camera. There we go. Okay, team. Happy Tuesday. Glad to see you all remembered we had class today. Me too. You did a great job.
Can't see your feet, Jill.
Are you sure you want to?
Of course.
Let's try moving this back just a tad.
Just in case we need to see them.
Well, you should be able to.
Aha.
That's better.
It's always funny because on my end, on my picture, there's about this much room from my feet and the bottom of my screen. So it's always funny when it's not quite based on that. All right, let's just make sure we have a nice clear space to exercise in. See, is that still okay?
Yep.
All right, brilliant. I said you'd need your weight or water bottle, soup can, whatever you're using for a little bit of resistance. And if you have a stretchy band, we'll use that today a little bit as well. And we've been on the kick of practicing our toe exercises, which is why I'm in bare feet today. You're welcome to be in bare feet or sturdy shoes. And if you ever use an inhaler, good idea to have it close by just in case, okay? All right, so we're gonna get into our breathing patterns. Let's just do 3 breaths together, and then we're gonna just keep breathing that way. I like to put a hand on my belly just so you can feel that I'm breathing in through the belly. So breathing in, and then exhaling through pursed lips. Have that line of birthday candles in front of you. Breathe in, fill up the belly. Out through pursed lips. Breathe in. Out through pursed lips. Now maintain that breathing pattern, deep and purposeful. Number 1 on the toe exercises is we're pressing our toes into the ground and tightening our glutes at the same time. And then you relax. So engage those toes, grip them into the ground, squeeze your glutes and relax. That's 2. We're going to do 10. So engage, that's 3. And we're still breathing purposefully. Engage toes and glutes. 4. Engage toes and glutes. 5. Engage your toes and glutes. 6. Still breathing deeply. 7. Good. 8. Engage. 9. And toes and glutes. 10. Brilliant. Maintain that deeper breathing pattern. Now we're lifting up just the big toes. So other toes stay down, big toes lift up, tighten the glutes, and then relax. Okay, so big toes lift up, tighten the glutes, and relax. Big toes 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 up, tighten the glutes, relax. Good. And we've got 3 more. So lifting up the big toes and then relax. Lifting up your big toes, tighten the glutes and relax. And we're still breathing deeply. Big toes and glutes and relax. All right, now we're going to lift up all our toes and this time just press down the big one as you tighten your glutes. So that's 1. Press big toe down. 2. Press big toe down. 3. Remember, we're still squeezing those glutes tight as you press the toes down. 4. 5. Keep breathing purposefully and deeply. 6. Big toes down. 7. Big toes down. 8. Big toes down. 9. And big toes down. 10. By this point, your glutes should be feeling a little bit tired. Okay, remember we're trying to crush a walnut between our bum cheeks. That's kind of a good way to think about it. Now we're gonna press through our or actually all of our toes. We're gonna press through our toes to lift up your heels. So I don't want you to just lift up the heels. I want you to press through your toes to get your heels up. And of course, we're clenching those glute muscles, okay? So press through the toes, get the heels up, tighten your glutes, and down. Heels up, 3. Press through the toes, heels up, 4. Press the toes, squeeze those glutes, 5. Still breathing deeply, 6. Press through, 7. Press through the toes, 8. Press the toes, 9. And press through the toes, squeeze your glutes, 10. Good, excellent, excellent. Okay, again, those glutes should be feeling a little bit tired. Let's keep them working hard. This time we're gonna push one foot down into the ground as we lift the other knee up. So we want the force to be doing this, one leg down, one leg up, okay? And then back down. So push one leg into the ground, the other lifts up, lift up, 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 and down. Okay, one leg pushes down, the other drives up and down. So one leg pushes down, the other drives up. Good. So we've got 6, 7, still breathing deeply, 8, 9. Now this is 10, but I think we can do 20 of these. So one foot pushes down, the other lifts up as far as you can. Okay, remember to keep your upper body up tall as we go. And if you want to start adding in your arms, please feel free to. It's like we're sprinting in slow motion. So one arm comes up with the opposite leg. One foot pushes down as the other lifts up. Good, right about 17. And I say about because the more I talk, the less I count. And last one. Excellent. Okay, now take your hands. You're gonna make 2 fists and you're just gonna hinge forward slightly to get the fists between your knees. And you're just going to squeeze your knees together and clench your glutes. And your hands are there just to resist. So you can just gently push against your knees. Now, because that is an isometric movement, it's very easy to hold your breath. Do not do that. I encourage you to exhale as we push. So ready? First start with that breath in. And now we're exhaling, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the knees together, resist with the hands, and relax once your exhale is finished, okay? So inhale, and then exhale, squeeze the knees together, resist with the hands, glutes should be tight, and relax, okay? So that's 2. Inhale, exhale, and squeeze. And then you relax and reset. Breathe in. Exhale and squeeze. Imagine that line of birthday candles. It's not just one birthday candle. There's a whole line of them that you gotta blow out. Exhale and squeeze. Good. Exhale and squeeze. Inhale as you relax. Exhale and squeeze. We've got 2 more. Exhale and squeeze. Yeah, relax as you inhale. This is your last one. Exhale and squeeze. Good. Shake out those legs. Now you can take your hands and place them on the outsides of your knees, or if you have a stretchy band, I've done this one before if you've been to other classes, you can take your stretchy band, just wrap it around the tops and bottoms of your thighs. And if you're starting to get worried about your glutes for this class, That's a good worry to have. But don't worry, you'll still be able to stand up tomorrow. Sitting might just be less fun. All right, you can feel free to wrap it around your hands. If you have the bands, you can just place it on your thighs. Doesn't have to grip as tightly. But all we're doing is we're clenching those glutes to help pull apart the knees, just that little ways, and then relax. If you've just got your hands on the outside, you're just gently pushing your knees out against your hands as you squeeze your glutes. Some other things you might notice your toes engage as you go to squeeze your glutes. That's awesome. That means you've been practicing your toe exercises. Because our toes pushing off the ground tells our glutes it's time to fire. It's part of our walking pattern when you go to push off your toes. So that's why it's helpful to get your glutes involved with our toe exercises. Okay, so clench the glutes, and engage the toes, the knees press out, and then relax. We're gonna do 5 more. Ready? 5. We're breathing out as we clench the glutes and push the knees outwards. 4. And the knees don't have to move very far at all. Ready? Push hard. 3. Relax as you breathe in. Push, exhale. 2. Relax and inhale and exhale and push. 1. Good. Relax there. You can take the band. Anyone's bum getting tired?
Nope.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Nope.
You got to be squeezing harder.
Okay.
Not tired, just a little sore.
There you go. There you go. They were doing studies with people who were bound to a wheelchair just due to their mobility, not because of any paralysis. And they found that in getting people to squeeze their glute muscles as hard as they could, repetitively, so they usually did about 10 while seated, no resistance, they were actually able to maintain, and some of them were able to increase the muscle mass in their glutes, some of which helped people to resume more standing activities. So if you think, oh, we're just sitting here and just get us to clench our bum and what the heck, it actually is really helpful. But the intention is you have to do it maximally. Okay. So now we're going to get into a little bit more activity, looking to start increasing our heart rate. You're going to take one leg and you're going to step up and over. So out to the side, pretend there's a block there. If you want, you can put your weight down just in line with the one chair leg. You can lift it up and over. So if that's helpful to visual, go for it, seated or standing. And remember, you can keep it as little of a step and as you'd like, or as big of that open step as you'd like. Okay, so find something that is challenging but doable. And hey, maybe your hip is like mine. Maybe it likes to crunch as you lift it. What I would encourage you to do if you've got a crunchy hip like me is the non-moving leg, push it into the ground. See if that makes a difference. You really push that one leg into the ground to move your other hip. Will it make the crunchy disappear completely? No, but it should improve it. And the other thing you can do with crunchiness is just get leaning back slightly. It's going to take a little bit of pressure off those hip flexors. Because remember, starting from a seated position, that's similar to starting like this. Those hip flexors are already shortened. It's really hard for them to lift beyond that 90-degree position. So be kind to yourself. If you're going, well, I'm just sitting and ow, yeah, those muscles have to work hard. All right, last one. Open and close. And now we're going to work our other leg. If you were alternating, awesome, keep doing that. If you were using your weight as a stepping over visual, just move it to the side. And now your other leg steps up and over. You might find one hip is crunchy and the other is not. Oftentimes, That little bit of like popping, crackling, if it feels not quite in the hip joint, oftentimes that's just from a really tight hip flexor muscle. A little bit of stretching, a little bit of core work can help with that. Otherwise, it could just be some joint noisiness, like my knees. My knees love to sound like a fresh bowl of Rice Krispies. Here we go, everybody. Up and out, and then up and in. Remember to push through the other leg. So push the other leg into the ground to give some extra strength to your moving leg. Good. You take as small or as big of a step as you can tolerate. Challenging but doable. And rest.
Thank you.
Good. You're welcome. Remember, you're allowed to call uncle during your exercises. And if you're not sure what that means, just means mercy. Can we stop? Can we rest? All right, everybody. I'm gonna start tapping. So you're gonna point your toes down, touch your toes out in front of you, bring your leg back in, reach with your toes, bring your leg back in. So think stepping up and over something, just till you touch your toes out in front of you, and then bring it back in. Everything else, you're seated up tall. Good, and 1 foot taps at a time. Okay, now we're really looking to get that heart rate up. Again, you can take smaller, quicker steps. You can stretch that leg out as far as it'll go, as long as there is no flexing or arching through your back. Okay, your upper body stays completely still. And feel free to now add in your opposite arm. So arm and foot stretch out together. We're still doing our best to breathe deeply. Good. So deep breathing, breathing out through pursed lips as we reach. Well done, everybody. Excellent. Okay, last couple seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, if you were thinking those were long seconds, that's what we call Jill time. Now your feet are going to step out wide and then step in together. So your feet are going to step out wide, feet step in together. Out wide, together. Out wide, together. Out wide, together. Brilliant. Make sure we're still keeping up our steady breathing. And one thing I forgot to say at the beginning is at any point during the class, especially if you're feeling a bit lower energy today, this is your first couple of classes, feel free to just do kind of 10 repetitions and then rest and then join back in once you've recovered, okay? As we're stepping, one arm is going to reach across at a time. This is where we're going to sneak in some coordination today. Good luck. You're going to do wonderful. So we're stepping out, out, in. And your goal is to not allow your feet to cross over. Don't let your feet follow your hand. Good. All of our exercises you can do seated or standing. If you are choosing to stand, just make sure you got balance support within grabbing distance. Good. Well done, everybody. We're starting to get that heart rate up. Remember, it's okay to be huffing and puffing a little bit. You just want to feel like you can still take in a full breath and that you're not gasping for air. You feel like you cannot catch your breath. Those are signs to stop. But breathing quicker, panting a little bit, those are all good. Just do your best to maintain your breathing pattern. And rest. Good. Remember that recovery position can be on your forearms or off your hands. This helps open up your airways. And some of you like to keep moving to catch your breath. Please feel free to do so. Maybe you want to make some gentle figure eights. Maybe you like to take a couple steps. Remember, if you're a little bit out of breath, your breathing pattern can sound quicker as long as you're still exhaling through pursed lips like this. And then as you get under control, it starts to extend and slow down. Excellent. Okay. Next interval is we're going to reach elbow to knee. Now remember, I don't actually want your elbow knee to touch, because in order to do that, all of you would have to flex your back forward, and I don't want that. Keep your body up tall and just reach. Ready, steady, let's go. Well done, everybody. So we're maintaining steady breathing. Remember, you can always reach your hand to touch across to your knee if that meets the challenging but doable line. Good work, everybody. Keep exhaling through pursed lips. And we've got 10 more seconds. Real seconds. 5 seconds of Jill time. 3, 2, and 1. Good. We're going to rest for 30 seconds here. I may have been forgetting to give you rest earlier on in the class. My apologies. So use this as your chance to recover your breathing. And if in the last 2 intervals, if you feel like you have not needed to stop and recover your breath, then I want you to work harder for the next few intervals. We're getting ready to start up again pretty quick here. The next one is marching your feet. And you're going to be bending and straightening your elbows at the same time. So elbows bend and straighten, bend and straighten. Okay, ready? Let's march. So remember, if you feel like you didn't need a rest at all, work harder here. Different ways to increase or decrease intensity if you do the opposite. Lift greater range of motion. So you can lift your knees up higher to make it harder. You can step faster to make it harder. You can add a little bit of resistance. If you wanted some small weights in your hands here, that would make it harder as well. So anytime we use weights, make sure you're staying in control of the movement. Good. Maintain your breathing pattern. Keep breathing out through pursed lips. Great job, everybody. Very, very well done. And 3, 2, 1, rest. Good. Remember, maybe some of you need some light movement to recover. Some of you need to go right into that recovery position. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or doing okay. Good. So far, I haven't seen any thumbs down. That's good. I got a double thumbs up. That feels amazing. Excellent. Perfect, perfect. Because we're getting close. Next week's the last week. These next 2 weeks, I'm going to work you so hard that you recover all summer. That's how it works, right?
No,
No,
Oh,
no.
we gotta keep
No.
working that out through the summer.
you absolutely do.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely. That's the beauty of having them all pre-recorded and online.
Absolutely,
Yep.
absolutely. So we'll talk a little bit more about that after this next interval, because I'm going to talk a little bit today while we exercise about the action plan. So remind me, but next interval is we're going to just step your heel out in front of you and reach your opposite hand up. So step your heel out, reach your hand up. Okay, go ahead and start. If you are standing, you can either just copy the same movement, or you can step your foot back and bend your knee. Notice I'm not stepping, I'm touching back and bending the knee, so you can opt to do this movement instead. Notice my balance is still staying upright, not leaning backwards. Higher up you lift the arm, the harder it is to do. Faster you go, the harder it is to do. There we go. Well done. Maintain your breathing pattern. Keep breathing out through pursed lips. Great job, everybody. Three, two, one, rest. Brilliant. We've got one last interval, and then I will bring up our action plan. A lot of cardio today, gang. Did you notice?
Yeah.
Which,
Oh, a lot of cardio today.
yes, it's good.
Good.
Rick, you're doing awesome. Rick joined in with my 10 a.m. group yesterday and did great.
The more the merrier.
There you go. Okay, team, in a couple seconds, our final cardio interval is going to be our sit to stands. Because I'm feeling pretty mean today. Maybe I didn't have enough lunch. I don't know. But it is out of great affection for you all and wanting you to be fit and healthy. So we're going to start your sit to stands in 3, 2, 1, go. So you're either standing all the way up and all the way down. Remember, stay with control. If you're staying seated, you just press those feet into the ground as if you're about to get up out of your chair, and then you relax. Okay, so you can do your seated, even if you want to get your bum just partially out of the seat and then back down. See how many you can do in a minute with control. There's a difference between pushing yourself to get more sit to stands in with control versus rushing. Don't want you rushing. Remember, it's helpful to breathe out as you stand up. Brilliant. Oh, almost there. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Okay, we're going to take a long rest here. I'm going to give you 2 minutes because next we're going to shift into our strength and I want you all fully recovered. So again, if you want to keep your heels lifting up and down, if you want to make a couple figure eights or reaching across the body for some light movement as you recover, brilliant. If you want to just focus on your breathing, also brilliant. Choose what is best for you. And by the end of next week, what I would strongly encourage you all to do is to have created what is called an action plan for the summer. And what that means is you've worked so hard taking in the information, getting yourself into a routine of exercises and getting yourself some good improvement. You don't want to lose it and have to work hard to gain it all back in the fall. Okay, you want to keep at it. So what that means is maybe some of you need to stick to, okay, Tuesday and Thursday, 1 p.m. is my exercise time, no matter what. Because you've already built the routine of that's when I do things. Maybe you can do it at a different time, but you've got to really make a plan for what you want to do. Maybe it's a mixture of things. You know, maybe it's, you know, you're going to do the recorded classes. Maybe you know that you're going to walk a certain distance. Maybe you have 3 exercises that you really like doing and you're going to do them for however long. You know, if you got your sit to stands, you got your pulling the resistance band, you got pushing the weights overhead, and you're going to do a minute of each 5 times. And you're going, oh, right? So, but you got to make an action plan. And so it's already preset what your goal is, what you're going to do, rather than trying to figure out what you're going to do every time. That makes it harder. And you have to think, what is your biggest 1 or 2 barriers so that you can come up with a plan to overcome those barriers before you encounter them. And what that might look like is if I've got a client and I'm going, what's your biggest barrier? And they go, making time for it. I'll go, okay, if you feel like you don't have time for it, what's going to help you overcome that barrier before you even get into it while you're in a good state of mind? For some of them, it's just putting it in a calendar in their schedule because they really follow their schedule to a T. For some of them, it's they have to write down why they're doing what they're doing, and they have to look at it before the exercises to remind them it's a priority. But whatever your barrier is, you have to think of how to overcome it before you encounter it. And so I'm going to give you that task. I'm going to check in with you all on Thursday and next week to see if you've thought about your action plan, thought about how to overcome your barriers. If you want to email me about them, you're more than welcome to. Okay. Good. So sit on that. Feel free to ask any questions as we get into our next couple of exercises. Grab your weight or whatever you are using for your weight.
I've just getting over a major flare-up, so I'm having difficulty. So I'm going to do a little more, and then I'm gonna leave, just so that you see me. You don't think I, died or something.
No problem. I appreciate the heads up because I always wonder when people leave how they're doing. Yeah, and just take it slow. Maybe you don't use your weight today, right? All right, we practice this and warm up. One leg is going to lift while the other leg pushes down into the ground. This time we're also going to press a weight up overhead. If you feel like you're not quite strong enough, keep both feet down, push through both feet as you lift that arm. And then we're going to lower. We're going to do it to the count of 3. Ready? Arm and leg are going to lift 2, 3. I am pushing into the ground with that other leg and lower 2, 3. Up 2, 3. Down 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 2, 3. One more. Up 2, 3. Down 2, 3. Switch arms and legs. And we're going up 2, 3. Down 2, 3. 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 Up 2, 3. down, 2, 3, up, 2, 3, 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 down, 2, 3. Last one, up, 2, 3, down, 2, 3, and relax.
I have to leave now, Joe.
Okay, Barry, you're doing okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Good. Nice to see you.
Thanks.
Take care, Barry. All right, gang, we're gonna get the feet and knees out wide. If you are seated, I'll show you how to do it standing. Bye, Maureen. And hands are just down. We're going to hinge forward. And then we're going to push through your feet, clench your glutes to pull yourself back up and lift the weight to your chest. Then you lower the weight first. Then you hinge forward. Again, keep your chest up. That's going to help take the pressure off your lower back. Squeeze your glutes to pull yourself back up and lift the weight to your chest. Okay, do it again. If you are doing this standing, I'd recommend getting your feet in just a little bit closer together, and you're thinking about pushing your hips back behind you. You can bend your knees a little bit before you pull yourself back up. But the movement is, pretend there's an open drawer behind you. You're just pushing that drawer closed with your bum. Okay, as long as you keep your chest up, that's going to help keep your back straight, take some of that pressure off your lower back. Okay, so we're slow and controlled with this movement. Really make your glutes do the work. Good. And we've got 3, 2, I forgot to lift the weight. 2. Remember, it's helpful to breathe out as you pull yourself back up. And last one here. Good. So that was exercise number 2 for our strength series. You gotta do your best to remember all of them. Pop quiz will be coming up. All right, feel free to put your weight down. I like to just slightly tuck it out of the way. Now you need your resistance band. Okay. Okay, with your resistance band, you're gonna hold your arms straight out in front of you. One arm stays straight, the other is going to pull back. So think of an archer drawing a string back with their arrow. One arm pulls back, the other arm stays straight, and then it comes back forward. Other arm pulls back because the other arm pushes forward. And then you slowly bring it back forwards before you switch. Hold the elbow back. Excellent. Hold the elbow back. Brilliant. And remember, it's not how far you're able to move your arm. It's just feeling it at the back of the shoulder blade. Pull it back, pause if you need to, and then you reset. Don't worry about trying to pull it back as far as you possibly can. Okay. Good. So you'll notice you are able to rotate a little bit through the upper body. Open up the shoulders a little bit, but I want the hips to stay still. So no movement through the lower body and through the hips. And we've got 3, 2, and 1. Brilliant. Rest there. How are those arms feeling?
Good.
Pretty good. Excellent. We've got one more set of those 3 exercises. What was the first strength exercise?
Overhead press.
Yeah, it was pressing that weight up and lifting up your opposite knee. Okay. So grab your weight. Okay. Now, as one knee lifts, the other leg pushes down into the ground. Ready and press. 2, 3. Down. 2, 3. Up. 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 2, 3. Down. 2, 3. Last one. Up. 2, 3. Down. 2, 3. Switch arms and legs. And we're going up. 2, 3. Down. 2, 3. 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 Remember, it's helpful to breathe out as you go up. 2, 3. Down. 2, 3. Up. 2, 3. Down. 2, 3. Up. 2, 3. Down. 2, 3. Last one. Up. 2, 3. Down. 2, 3. And rest.
Oof.
Oof is right. Boy, oh boy. Okay, the next one we had was a hinge movement. So if you're seated, feet and knees are out wide. And we're hinging forward through the hips. It is good for the front of your hips to feel tight here. Just keep your chest up and then clench your glutes, push through your feet, come back up. So down and push through your feet. Let's come back up. Good. Hinge through your hips. Push down to pull yourself back up. If you're doing it standing, again, keep the chest up. Push your hips back like you're closing an open drawer. Squeeze your glutes to come back up. Over and back. Push your hips back and squeeze your glutes. Push your hips back. Squeeze your glutes. Good. Well done, everybody. Good. Hinge. How are those glutes feeling now, team? Oh, feeling pretty good then.
Pretty good, yeah.
That's good. Are you feeling stronger already? You know what? I see a lot of you doing what I have forgotten to do.
Yes.
And I'm very glad you weren't watching me. So I forgot about the lifting the
You
weight.
forgot about lifting.
Oh,
We were
my
doing it
goodness.
anyway.
I'm so glad. That's when you know you've really made it.
Thank
You
heaven.
want to be self-sufficient enough with your exercises that you're able to do them on your own. You just prefer not to do it by yourself,
True. That's true.
but you're able to. That's the
Yes.
key. And rest there. Well done, team. So now we put the weight to the side and grab, if you have one, your stretchy band. Ready. One elbow pulls back, the other arm stays straight out in front of you. And then you bring both hands in front of you. So one arm pulls back, or you bring it forward again. Pull back and bring it forward. Pull back, bring it forward. If you find this is actually quite challenging on your neck, which I do not want to happen, you are welcome to put the band underneath your feet and just do our basic row where you pull your elbows back. Or you can try just getting less resistance on the band or holding it lower rather than up here. The higher up you hold it, the more you're going to feel it in your neck. Good. Okay, last couple here. And 3, 2, 1. Rest.
Oh,
Put the band to the side. Might need to roll your shoulders back a little bit, shake out your hands. Okay, now we're going to do 2 sets of our neck exercises. So that's gently placing a hand on one side of your head. And we're going to gently press our head into our hands. Remember, I don't want much movement through the neck, especially if you've got osteoporosis. So just gently have that battle. 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax and switch. Remember, maintain your breathing. Don't hold your breath. 3, 4, 5. Should have had a V8. Push. 2, 3, 4, 5. One or both hands in behind, because I don't want it tilted at all. And remember, it's not looking up, it's drawing the chin back. Draw the chin back. 2, 3, 4, 5. Once more, on the side of your head. Push. 2, 3, 4, 5. And switch. Push. 2, 3, 4, 5. Front of the head. Push. 2, 3, 4, 5. Back of the head. 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. All right, gang, it's time to stretch. You made it this far. Remember, stretch time is the perfect time to chat, ask questions, socialize, let loose, have fun, okay? But let's push one elbow back. Get right back into your breathing pattern.
You talked about having barriers. How do you get over the barrier of not being motivated to exercise by yourself?
Get a friend.
So a couple different ways, and some work better than others. I'd say one of the easiest ways to do it, switch arms, is Yeah, get somebody who also exercises. And you can either you check in with each other for that accountability piece, or you're able to do it at the same time, either on the phone, through Zoom or FaceTime, or in person, if that is not a limitation for you. You've got a family member or somewhat close friend. Maybe there's one or two of you that want to connect in this class. Rest there, stretch one arm up, stretch one arm down. And maybe you two connect and do a recorded class together at the same time. So you know there's someone else there and you're holding each other accountable. Maybe you need to email me after each class, and I can reply, well done, keep it going. Little things like that. There's a couple options there. And that one is tough. Very, very tough. Switch arms. Coming from a team sport background where everything for the first 20 years of my life playing competitive team sports, everything was structured. It was hard learning to do things on my own. As for almost 20 years, it was just always as a team, always have a teammate working out with you. So it's tough to do it on your own. But yeah, find different supports. Rest there and stretch your leg out, reach towards your toes. And even guys, even if you got someone who likes to do exercise, but they don't want to do the same thing as you, sometimes that's okay if you just check in with each other. Got a friend going for a walk and you got to get through your exercises before they get back. A friend or a partner. If any of you are competitive, I actually do very well with sticker charts. So every time I do my exercises, I get to put a sticker up, and I better not fall behind with my friend or partner if they're also doing the sticker chart. So if a couple of you find that motivating, you can send me an email and I can create a bit of a virtual chart for you and keep track of it for you. Switch legs. What other questions do we have today, guys? And I'm serious, if at least two of you would find that kind of leaderboard motivating, you can send me your nickname. If you don't want to use your real name, you can just have nicknames. But you know where yours is, and you can kind of see where you compare to everybody else. Are you keeping track? Is everyone keeping track with whatever your goal was? You accomplish your goal, you get a point.
We could also do the YouTube ones that you've got on here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to
Absolutely.
do on the same days.
There you go. Same day, same time.
Yep.
Either straighten your leg and prop the other leg up on your shin, or if you can make it all the way up to your thigh, and can find that stretch there. Good. Any other questions, gang? Well, anything at all? Remember, you don't have to stay on mute for stretching. Switch legs.
Jill, I'd like to thank you for your suggestion when you're walking. Pretend you have a string attached to the middle of your chest and that it's being pulled up. I find that
Yeah.
really helpful. Thank you.
Oh, that's awesome. Brilliant. Good work for picking up on that. I'm so glad. So if anyone isn't quite sure what that means, I've suggested before just with your posture. A lot of people think that they have to pull their shoulders back, but all you need to do is pretend there's a bit of a string on the front of your chest, and the string is just pulling your chest forward. And that little tiny movement opens up your chest, helps you walk taller, and actually helps open up your rib cage for your breathing. And then another one too is thinking about keeping your thumbs forward. If you try it right now, if you have your palms facing back behind you, you can kind of feel what it does to your shoulders. And then just by rotating your hands so your thumbs point forward, your shoulders open
Your
up
shoulders
automatically.
Go back.
Yeah. So the string and or thumbs forward can be really helpful for your breathing, especially when you're out and about. Let's just drop a leg back behind you, or you can turn sideways in your chair.
Even if you're using walking sticks, put your thumbs forward? Or does it really matter?
So if you're using walking sticks,
Your
because you're
thumbs-
going to be, I'll use my weight as an example. You're, what you can do there is where your knuckles are, those front knuckles, try to get them pointed forward. So it wouldn't be, because my thumb would be here because I'm gripping and I wouldn't want it forward, but you can see where kind of the front knuckles are rather than rotating it in. Some people walk with walking sticks like this, and that does rotate in your chest. So you can get those first knuckles pointed forward.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does, thank you.
Yeah, you betcha. Turn and face the other way, or drop your other leg back, guys. Okay, we're in the final minute of class. Hot seat for questions. Any last questions for our Tuesday class? So the countdown of 4 classes. After today, we've only got 3 classes left
Three
together.
classes, yeah.
Okay, you can relax that leg there. Let's inhale for 3 seconds, exhale for 4. You can keep a hand on your belly. You can open up, you can lift overhead, whatever is preferable for you. Breathing in, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, 4. Last one, in, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, 4. Shake out your hands, shake out your legs, pat yourself on the back, and have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah,
you.
Thank
See
you.
you Thursday, Jill and Maureen.
yeah.
Sounds brilliant.